I will not be in a 40-car convoy. I will be somebody simple who follows the rules, who will not be vindictive, and somebody who eschews arrogance and who will be a unifier. With these words, Professor Mills, as I saw in the previous regional lecture series, set out to govern Ghana. And the book, as I reviewed, reveals him as a very calm. It was his calm and peaceful temperament that earned him the title Asumdwehene. He is seen as a key component of governance, and Professor Mills was the first to make the promise of 40% female appointments and to deliver on it. Ghana had the first woman Speaker of Parliament. As I reviewed the book, I also found out that after an 8-year period of gerontocracy that punctuated our political history following the Rawlings-heartedness, he was forgiving and not vindictive. And as has been indicated, to show that he was not vindictive, all MMDCs were allowed to stay in office until the transition that ushered him fully into office was over. They were not rushed out. He endeavored to continue predecessor policies and programs and believed in technocratic as well as meritocratic appointment of chief directors of the civil service to enable the civil service play its role as an administrative machinery of the state. He was godly enough in entrusting the citizens into the care of Ghana. As I read, he saw God as the source of the country's natural resource and stressed the need for leadership to do the right things to benefit from the natural resources. I pledge that for as long as I continue to manage the affairs of this state, our oil discovery shall not be a curse. It will be a blessing. As he was an epitome of the kind of respect and humility that must be shown for him, brought a certain lowered political tension and helped in his quest for national unity. He was very decent and polite in his political discourse and was quick to admit imperfections. He was always looking forward to building consensus on key national issues, and that's how come the 1992 constitutional review process got started by him. A personal life of integrity, and hence no one could foist him with corruption. He was the one who extended the mandate of the SFO into Yoko to deal with serious offenses including financial and economic crime, where charges and allegations some fear in many corrupt officials of state. No one had and no one has done this before. He was against opulence and profligacy. So he would not take per diems when he traveled, and he was the one who reviewed Kufuor's arrangements to order some 2 presidential, thereby saving Ghana some millions of dollars every year. And he did all this because of his belief that, as I read, we are told he was the one who increased the capitation grants, supplied free uniforms, exercise books, expanded the school feeding programs, where some 320 additional schools were covered, paid tuition fees of teachers pursuing further education via distance learning, established 3 new specialized universities in Ho, Sunyani, and Somenya, converted polytechnics into technical universities, secured funding for building the Eugene MC, the biggest in West Africa, and as an academic, he promoted academic freedom by not initiating acts, by not initiating legislations that interfere with university matters, and in particular, the appointment of who becomes our vice chancellor. Now, people are making all manner accountability scrutiny of the press during the capacity of many journalists. And as I read the book, I also realized that he played a certain role in securing our environment. He cared about the environment and sought to save our depleted ocean from total collapse by advocating for the massification of the science of fisheries for a sustainable transformation of fisheries, of the fisheries subsector. Set up Ghana's first fisheries college, set up the SADA to ensure the processor mills and public service. Mills had served well in the public service and had garnered the needed competence and experience for the work he was asked to do by Ghanaians as president. He was an academic and he mentored and taught several students and ideas discussed by the various authors of the book that I'm reviewing cannot be glossed over. They are worth emulating by all, young and old. Indeed, our quest for good governance and leadership, that's a deliberate effort to immortalize some of the values and attributes of Professor Mills and ensure they are handed down to generations now, and salute the editors and all those who managed to put. With these words, I have the singular and